Happy evening, everyone. Hope you all are doing good. So, today we are here to discuss about facial hair, the unwanted thing in women, the most needed thing in men. So, how many of you have thought shaving your face will make your facial hair go thicker and faster? How many of you have doubts regarding whether to wax your hair or whether to, do threading on your hair? So please comment your doubts. And for men, how many of you have issues with hair loss or bald patches on your beard? So please comment and let us know your doubts. Today I'm here to bust all the myths regarding facial hair and to educate you the best methods to remove facial hair. Please comment, and while watching, please share this video so that it will be helpful for your friends. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sriteja, dermatologist and cosmetologist, founder of SkinMed Skin Hair Laser Cosmetology Center, Vizag. Hi. So I'll just explain quickly about normal hair growth, methods of hair removal, and a few other things. If you have any doubts, please comment. Meanwhile, I'll be just explaining you everything. So here, as you can see, this is the hair. I know it looks a little weird, but then what you have to understand is the inner one just beneath the skin is your hair follicle and the visible one is your hair shaft. Okay. So the one which is inside is our hair follicle. Now we have to know what are the causes causing thicker hair over the face of a woman. So number one, it can be genetic. So any of your parents or grandparents, women having thicker hair loss, you might get the same thing. Number two is something called as polycystic ovarian syndrome. So for women with polycystic ovarian syndrome, they tend to have thicker hair over in a male pattern, that is over chin, cheeks, chest, abdomen and other areas. Along with that, they will be having something called as pimples, acne vulgaris, and also hair loss. The other thing is application of topical steroids. So they also stimulate the hair growth. And the other thing is food supplements, and any hyperandrogenic condition will increase the hair growth over the face. So now what to do? So what are the methods of hair removal? I'm going to quickly explain you what happens in which hair removal method. So as you can see here, so this is the normal hair follicle, and the second one is a place where when you shave the hair follicle gets cut, and the third one is a area where when you apply hair removing creams, and here this is the place where it goes little deeper. So when you wax, what happens? Hair is removed little deeper. So what you feel is you feel little smoother, and hair takes some times to grow. So what happens when you shave? On second or third day itself, you observe the regrowth. That is because it is cut in the superficial level. And shaving increases thicker hair is just a myth. If you ask me whether you can shave your face or not, I'll tell you, yes, you can definitely do it. Okay. And the next thing is usage of hair removal creams. When you use hair removal creams, they're usually superficially wiped off, but then you have to be really careful when you use it on your face because there can be little allergic reaction. So you should always test on on an area and then use it on your face. And the other thing is waxing. So, so that there are two types of hair. One is, for few people you have coarse and thick hair. For others, you have little thin hair where it is visible only, when you go outside or when you are under the light. So, when you wax, obviously you should never use hot wax on your face. It is always safe to use cold wax on your face. And also, if you're a person who have a little allergies or little rashes after waxing, you should really consider some other laser hair removal methods which I'll be explaining. And if you have little invisible hair, say your hair is visible only when you under light or only when you go outdoors, you can either go for bleaching or any other hair removal methods. Next one, see, if at all you're having, see, for a person who has thicker hair and also many pimples, and for a person who has almost male pattern hair over the chin, as I told in PCOD, it's better to consider laser hair reduction because when they consider, when they get done waxing or threading, what happens is they develop something called as ingrown hair. The hair which normally goes outside grows inside and it creates a bump on the face. So the hair which is going like that goes inside and creates a bump on the skin. So that is not good, right? And for women with thicker hair, even though they wax or they shave, when they shave, they get really thicker hair in 2 to 3 days, and it's like they repeatedly shave. And for women, if they do wax also, they get hair very quick, say within 3 to 4 days. So for them, it's best actually to consider laser hair reduction. So now what is laser hair reduction? Laser hair reduction is a permanent hair removal method. It's removal, not reduction. When it comes to waxing, threading, epilation, it's removal. When it comes to laser hair, it is reduction, sorry. It's reduction, not removal. So what happens when you get laser done, the light of the laser targets the pigment of the hair follicle and breaks the pigment. So what happens? The thicker hair and multiple number of hair will gradually become thinner and less denser. So that happens in a period of time. So if you can see here, see, this is the beam of laser light penetrating and targeting the pigment of the hair follicle. So what happens? Your thicker hair follicle will gradually become thinner, something like this. But it's not going to happen in one session. It's gonna take some time. So normally it takes around 8 to 10 sessions. For women with PCOD or any other hyperandrogenic conditions, it's gonna take few more maintenance sessions. So who are not ideal for laser hair reduction? So something like this. So a woman who has thinner hair which is visible only under sunlight or only under lights or mirrors, then you can opt for waxing, threading and other conventional hair removal methods. Now we'll see few pictures how will it look after laser hair reduction. So this is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. It's around 8 to 10 sessions. So this is the mid-brow area, this is before and this is after. So these are the hair removal methods. Please comment any doubts or any myths you believe so far regarding hair reduction. We are going to answer soon. And second thing which we are going to discuss is bald patches over the beard in men. So they look something like this. So you can see there is a bald patch over the beard. So the main causes are usually it's an autoimmune condition called as alopecia areata. So you have to look for the number of patches. If the number of patches are very few, say less than 5, say 2 to 3, they can subside automatically within a span of 6 to 8 months. If it's not subsiding, then better to go for prescribed medicine by your dermatologist. So after treatment, it will grow off gradually, something like this. See, you can see the entire area being covered. Yeah, you can see the bald patch being completely covered here. Yeah, that's it. So this is how treatments are done, and laser hair removal is a permanent method which will help in hair reduction. Yeah, now I am free to take your questions. Please comment your questions and please share this video. This might help few of your friends. So let's take the first question. Sunayanam Dikshit, hi everyone. Sanjeev Datta sir is asking, please suggest something for hair fall. Again sir is asking, too much hair fall and thinning. How to get rid of dandruff. So coming to hair fall, first sir, we have to know the cause of your hair fall. For women, usually it is mainly nutritional. For that, you need to correct your nutrition. You have to take protein rich food in your diet. If you have any iron deficiency, you have to correct it. For men, it can be any male pattern hair loss. It can be androgenic alopecia, which is genetic. So initially you can start with minoxidil 5% solution. You can apply topically and then see, then if it is still severe, then you can definitely consult your dermatologist. We'll be having hair regrowth procedures and that will definitely help you. Sanjeev Datta sir is asking how to get rid of dandruff. Sir, dandruff means it's actually seborrheic dermatitis. It's a fungal infection. So initially you have to start with ketoconazole shampoos, and initially you can go with weekly thrice and then weekly twice, and then you can maintain at least weekly once. Sakshi Chauhan ma'am has asked very good question. Is application of bleach safe on face, or should we go for hair removal? So if you ask me, I would always suggest other hair removal methods only. Bleach is usually a photosensitive agent, so you need to be really careful while applying bleach. And we see a lot of cases, a lot of people developing allergies to bleach also. So you need to test and then again use it. But it's always good to go for other hair removal methods. Disha ma'am is asking, can you please suggest day and night cream for oily skin, please? Yeah, so first, if you have oily skin, that is acne prone skin, in the morning start your day with a mild cleanser followed by a gel based sunscreen, and at night you can go with any vitamin C serums which are light and which are good for your face. Then Madhusmita ma'am is asking, please suggest what type of sunscreen and face wash for acne. Is there another need for oily skin? So like I told you, like I answered you ma'am, if you have proper acne prone skin, then you can start with salicylic based face washes, and then use a gel based sunscreen, and you can please do not exfoliate your skin, that is not scrub your face. You can do it maximum weekly once, and you can use a toner which is alcohol free. Anjali Prakash ma'am is asking, hi doc, I am getting a lot of hair on my lips, please suggest me any home remedies. So usually we give few creams, few prescribed medicines, few creams which will reduce the hair loss, but then it's always better to go with conventional methods, because not much of home remedies will actually reduce the hair. It's always better to go with other methods. So Lipika Sahu ma'am is asking how to remove blackheads. So if you have a lot of blackheads, that means you're having acne prone skin, little oily skin. So you can for that, for removal of blackheads, first you should follow a good skincare routine as I suggested for acne prone skin, and then you can scrub your face only weekly once. Then is beard shaping needy for men? Yeah, you can through laser you can always go for beard shaping if you want to get that good Hrithik Roshan curve on your face. Again Madhusmita ma'am is asking, I'm 25 years old and have acne scar, so what can I use for acne scar? So acne scar, we usually do micro needling procedures for acne scars. Initially you can start with any retinol based creams at night and sunscreen in the morning. Again Manali Shah ma'am is asking, any solution for dark lips and dark eye area? So when you have dark circles, it's a very good question ma'am. So when you have dark circles, you should actually know why you're getting dark circles. You can get dark circles when you're prone for allergies, and number 2, when you have any iron deficiency anemia, and number 3, your screen time. If you're viewing your screen for a lot of time without taking any screen breaks, and if you're not getting enough sleep, so please concentrate on that first, and then you can start with your any of the brightening creams around the eyes. Tirupati Rav sir is asking, is hair loss permanent? Sir, hair loss can be there, but it is not permanent. Usually we usually see the cause of the hair loss, and then depending on that we act. So I would also like to answer a few common questions which people have asked me so far. Does aloe vera gel promote facial hair growth? Aloe vera gel is it's readily available in everybody's home, but then it won't promote your facial hair growth. It's just an exfoliant. It gives you a good smoothness when you apply over the skin. That's it. It will not promote your hair growth. Will turmeric help me remove facial hair? No, it will never help in removing the facial hair. Still having Raviraj sir is asking, I have taken PRP sessions and taking minoxidil and finasteride, but still having a severe hair fall. So sir, first we have to define the hair loss. Up to 80 to 100 hair loss per day is completely normal. So we have to actually examine you, and then we can suggest you proper treatment. And we also have other methods like hair lasers and mesotherapy. So you can just try them, and then we can suggest you. Raviraj sir is asking, good question, I have oily hair, what to do? So sir, again, that means you have a lot of seborrheic activity, so your scalp is oily and your face will be oily. So start with any ketoconazole containing shampoo, that will solve your problem. And go with regular hair washes. And don't apply oil. Our scalp has enough oils. There is no need to apply extra oils. Even though you apply oil, you can apply it just one hour before your hair wash. Please don't keep it overnight. Dimple Ajay Devra ma'am is asking, I have pigmentations near my nose, on cheeks also. I took many medicines, but then no improvement. So ma'am, again, nasolabial pigmentation, it's a very common issue. First, start with your sunscreen, regular sunscreen. Say, like I say, you can start with a sunscreen, a broad spectrum sunscreen. A broad spectrum means which has both UVA protection and UVB protection. It can be 3+, and SPF of 30 to 40. And you need to reapply. Once you can apply at 8 o'clock, and then 12 o'clock, and then 4 o'clock. At least reapply, once in a day. That helps you a lot. Even though you're indoors or outdoors, you have to apply sunscreen, because all the lights can increase the tanning and pigmentation. So be serious with your sunscreen. At night you can start any brightening creams containing kojic acid, arbutin, and also you can consider using vitamin C serum. Please start with that, and it will gradually reduce. Take next questions. Santosh Kumar sir is asking, my mom has developed few allergies on her palms due to touching detergent. Any suggestions? Yes sir, definitely. So first thing, our palms, they don't have any oil glands, so they are very less of oil glands. So what you have to do is, you need to moisturize more, number one. Number two, when a person is constantly in touch with detergents, they usually develop allergies. So what you have to do is, you should take care of the hydration, and also you should always moisturize your palms. So while they're using detergents, they can wear a glove and then handle detergents, since they've already developed the allergies. And we'll be giving prescribed medicines initially for 2 weeks, but then your home remedies should be very little on a serious note, where you moisturize now and then. Whenever you're washing, you apply, at least you apply oil, and then touch your utensils or anything. So that really helps a lot. Anjali ma'am is asking, is coconut oil really good for protecting our hair? So as I told you, oils are, our scalp has enough oils. Coconut oil is good in moisturizing hair. It gives you good texture that can be followed. And when compared to other olive oil and any other oils, the absorption of coconut oil is more. So you can always choose coconut oil over other oils. And other question is, can castor oil or almond oil grow facial hair? So it's just a myth. They'll never grow your facial hair. And next question is shaving increases my thickness of the hair. So like I told you, shaving won't increase the thickness of hair. You can shave it off. That's not a problem. If you're not developing any ingrown hair, if you have thin hair, you can definitely shave. Not an issue. And next questions are, laser is a form of radiation. See, it's usually a big myth, because the sunlight which you have outside is stronger than our lasers, because our lasers are completely safe. It's not any radiation, they're completely safe. And usually you can go to a dermatologist who has USFDA approved lasers. And laser hair reduction hurts. So right now we have all advanced lasers. We have pain-free laser hair reduction. You might get small pricky sensation, but that will not hurt you. all lasers are same. All lasers are not same. We have different types of lasers. And next myth is lasers are meant only for women. Lasers are not meant only for women. Even men can get laser hair reduction done. They can obviously choose it when it comes to beard shaping and removal of their earlobe hair. And laser hair reduction is a lifelong process. It's not a lifelong process. You know, when you compare with conventional hair removal methods which you're doing like since 10 years, 20 years, this is just number of sessions, you know, 8 to 10 sessions, and then few maintenance sessions, that's it. And any other queries? So I see a lot of people applying honey, turmeric paste and everything on your face. Please don't do that for hair. They're all photosensitive agents. So whenever you are using those, make sure you use any good sunscreen and don't use any other, you know, scrubs on acne prone skin or acne skin. You can use them on your normal skin. Any other queries? Does using minoxidil on the scalp lead to facial hair growth? Sir, actually what happens, it's considered as one of the side effect of minoxidil. When you are using on the scalp and suddenly if you touch the face, that can actually trigger for hair growth. So please make sure when you use minoxidil, you apply only on your scalp. Ruchi ma'am is asking, nose pop-up whiteheads, please suggest something. So it means again you have an oily skin. So like I told you, you can start with salicylic based face wash followed by alcohol free toner and a gel based sunscreen, and at night use good vitamin C serums. Any other queries? So while watching, as I told you, please share this video, it might help others. And please like SkinMed Vizag page, and please like Skin Diaries page. And if you have any suggestions on videos, please type, you know, what is a thing that you actually want to discuss. Please comment so that we can cover it up next time. Yeah, Chandra Shekhar sir is asking, due to COVID we are using more sanitizer, some palms are itching. So what to do? Sir, this is a very common issue. So what, like I told you, in the palms and soles we have less number of oily secretions, and on top of that we're using all alcohol based sanitizers, so automatically our palms will get dry. So what I suggest, usually I tell 2:1. So sanitize 2 times and third time you moisturize your hands. So it's called the simple funda to remember, 2:1. Sanitize twice and moisturize once. So that is what I tell all the clients. So prefer any moisturizers which have shea butter, cocoa butter in them, and tips to follow when you wear face mask is, I know right now everybody have to wear face mask. So what happens when you wear face mask is you're gonna talk inside the face mask. So what happens, your sweat, your saliva is located here, so it is trapped on your skin. So what happens, that leads to acne breakout, and also there is a lot of irritation around your skin. If at all you have acne, it's gonna aggravate more. So what to do? Number 1, don't use any makeup. Number 2, while you're wearing mask, just wash your face and apply a barrier cream. So a barrier cream can be your zinc based sunscreen. So apply your zinc based sunscreen as a barrier and then apply your face mask. And the minute you see your face mask is damp or wet, immediately dispose it off and change your mask. And for people using the mask regularly, you can, like say healthcare professionals using N95 mask, you can number your mask as 1 to 5. So use it accordingly, numbering and using them. That makes actually easy. And for women, please don't use any makeup and no flavored lip balms and no lipsticks. When you wear already your skin is very sensitive. On top of that, if you use them, your pores are gonna get blocked more, and then you're gonna develop this breakouts and rashes very easily. So please treat it as a sensitive skin. So explain why there are whiteheads. Ma'am, what happens is when you have a lot of open pores and acne prone skin, there is a lot of oily activity it's called as sebaceous activity. So all the those things get popped out through your open pores as whiteheads and blackheads. That's the only reason. So any other doubts? Okay, I hope I cleared all your doubts. Uh, please like Skin Diaries page. Please like Skin Med Vizag page. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Skin Diaries. Thank you. Bye bye. If you want any other things to be discussed, please comment and let us know. We're going to be back. Thank you. Bye bye.